Look his face. He's dangerous.
He's special.
You can like.
The guy is special. Everything that could possibly be special about this guy is special. A guy like this is the type of guy that you love to watch and follow. The most special guy that I've ever come across.
Hello and welcome back to the Pep Boy Sports Show. Today, we're not in my bedroom. Today, we're outside Lauzon MMA here in Massachusetts. Let's show Lauzon. All right, man. It's good. How's it going today? It's good. I'm very excited to be here. So, obviously, this year, you had 2 fight cancellations. Yep. Is there any chance we see you back in the octagon?
There's definitely a chance, for sure. You know, I still don't know exactly what's going on with my knee. It's locked up on me a couple times, once since Texas. So I don't know exactly what's going on. Surgeons don't know what's going on with it. They MRI'd it, they did everything. They're not exactly sure. So I've been training on it. It's felt pretty good, but it's not 100%.
So it's not torn or anything?
Nothing torn, nothing they can do surgically to fix it. Could be something my IT band, could be it's dislocating somehow.
Yeah, that's weird. So when that happened, you posted a video on Instagram. Someone sent you like a yoga thing to pop it back in, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's this guy on he's really big on YouTube, Knees Over Toes. I think his name's Ben Patrick. And he's like, puts out awesome content. And it was one of his videos, like an older video. He said he had the same problem happen to him. This is what he did. And I'm sitting in the hotel, I'm like, there's no way this is gonna fix my knee. I've had doctors here, I've had PTs here, they've done all kinds of stuff. Like, there's no way he's gonna fix my knee. But I got nothing to lose. I'm literally sitting in the hotel, I'm like, I'll give it a shot. Fix my knee like that. So I don't know.
And do you think if you had learned about that earlier, you still could have gone out there and fought Cowboy Cerrone?
100%. I mean, my knee was definitely a little sore from like all the manipulation that happened over like the day and a half, but 100% would have been able to fight if it 3-4 hours early. 100% would have fight would happen.
And how do you think that fight would have gone?
I think it would have gone well. I think it would have been similar to how the Jim Miller Cowboy fight went. Like it was kind of a back and forth round, but Jim did okay in the first round and he submitted Cowboy in the second. I think that would have gone similar if we.
And did you expect Cowboy to retire after that?
I didn't expect him to retire, but I wasn't surprised. You know what I mean? Like I was hopeful it wouldn't happen because I was hoping we could still fight. But he's had an awesome career. I'm not surprised.
Do you have any names on your mind that you would love to fight, lightweight, welterweight? Where do you like to go?
It doesn't really matter. They have to give me a good date, a good location, and a good opponent. But I have to like all 3. If I don't love all 3, I'm definitely not gonna fight again. But if they come to me all 3, like everything for the Cowboy fight made perfect sense. I checked all those boxes. So I don't have a name, but I wasn't thinking of Cowboy either before it happened. So we'll see.
And what made you want to go to Texas to fight?
I mean, the first fight was supposed to happen in Phoenix. First supposed to happen in Vegas at the Apex in front of no crowd. Then they moved us to Phoenix. And then, then he got sick, so we couldn't fight in Phoenix. And now it's like, okay, this is the last option we have is Texas. It was 6 weeks later. So I was pumped about it. Got some good barbecue. That was like the one good thing about the fight after is I got to eat all kinds of barbecue on Saturday. But it's just, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, and what you said, the 3 things have to be correct, right? The opponent, the place, and the time. Right. What would be your dream place? Would you like to fight here in Massachusetts, or
if they came back to Boston, it would be hard for me to say no. The time wouldn't matter. Like we'd obviously have enough time. If they're thinking about Boston, they're gonna know further enough out, right? It would give me enough time to train, so that would be fine. And the opponent would be less important if we had them in Boston.
And this past weekend, the fights, Cheeto said they were actually supposed to be in Boston. They were supposed to fight Kyoto down. Right.
So there were all kinds of there's always anytime there's any kind of rumors about Boston, I get people hitting me up and whatever. First I heard they were talking about having a show in either Boston, Atlanta, and then it was Atlanta or Tampa, and then it's just like they're always looking at different dates. There's always possibilities, but I love when coming.
And what did you think of that fight over the weekend, Cheeto Vera versus Dominic Cruz?
Good fight. I thought Dominic Cruz was gonna win. I thought he was gonna be a little too quick, but Cheeto's just a dog. He's so tough and so good.
And this weekend, obviously, we have some really fun fights. So let's start with the bantamweight fight, right? Jose Alder versus Morale. How do you see that fight going?
I love watching Aldo anytime. He's arguably like one of the GOATs for sure. I love watching Aldo fight. He's a little bit older, but he's still kicking ass on
And so you think he's going to get it?
I think Aldo, yeah.
And Paulo Costa versus Rockhold, the co-main event?
I'm just looking forward to all the trash talk that's been going on. It's been awesome.
Did you watch the press conference?
I didn't watch all of it, but I saw some clips of it on Instagram and stuff like that. I'm always excited for that. I think that Rockhold has like every attribute you can have. He's got great wrestling, he's got great jiu-jitsu, he's got pretty good striking, super long, but he's taken it on the chin a couple times and gone down really hard. So it's like it's kind of whether it's a deficit in like defensive boxing and stand-up, or it's just just doesn't take punches well. But always excited to watch. I'm always a fan. I'm always like watching.
And obviously the big main event, pound for pound #1, having the rematch again. He's had a lot of rematches. This time against British Leon Edwards, how do you think that fight's going to go?
So which fight is this? Who's fighting on?
Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman.
Oh, Usman. Yeah, I mean Usman's a monster. Yeah, I love watching Usman. So I'm so caught up in like there's so many fights I wasn't sure what you know, Usman's great. You know, he's the pace that he pushes is just awesome. You know, it's that Nigerian nightmare for a reason. They just push a crazy pace. It could be a good fight. Really.
Yeah. Now let's talk about why I'm here in Massachusetts. Cage Titans 55, August 27th. The main event is a very fun one, right? Jojo Gianetti, former Ultimate Fighter finalist, moving up a weight class to fight Trevor Goody, who is 6'8", I believe, at 170
He's so tall.
pounds. So how do you see that fight going?
So Jojo has fought at 55 mostly.
Yeah.
He's missed weight a couple times there, but he's a 55 mostly, right?
Yeah.
Trevor Goody's a pretty good sized welterweight.
Yeah.
So Trevor's going to be 195 pounds, 190 pounds probably this week, probably 190 this week, cutting down. They're both really awkward body types. Like they're both super long, super lanky. Trevor's got, I think, like the longest neck I've ever seen in my entire life. So it'll be a good fight. I think that Jojo has a lot more experience. I think Jojo's record's like 12-2 or something.
Yeah.
I think Trevor's is like 4-2 or something like that. So like, but Trevor's fought really good guys at a higher weight class. So I think he's also
fought in Bellator as well, so maybe a little more mainstream experience. Obviously, Jojo had the Ultimate Fighter.
Yep.
But outside of the Ultimate Fighter, LFA, he hasn't really. I don't feel like he's been necessarily on the stage of Bellator.
Yeah, I mean, Jojo's a good fighter. Like, I personally don't like Jojo that much. He has like some personality stuff going on that I'm not the biggest fan, but he's not a bad fighter. He's good. I think it's a very evenly matched fight. I think that Trevor's a little bit bigger and has fought on some other shows. Jojo's had a lot of fights though, and Jojo's scrappy.
Yeah. So do you think Jojo's going to get it done then?
I think it's a toss-up. I mean, I could see either guy win. I could see Trevor just being too long for him. I could see Jojo, taking Trevor down and getting his back and choking that super long neck.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And obviously we have a fun amateur title fight. I don't know how much attention you've paid to that.
Who's fighting?
Tyler Smythe versus Arthur Toffer. Tyler's moving up from 125 to 135, so another double championship title fight there. Do you have an idea?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, both really good fighters. I know Arthur a little bit better because he fought one of our guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a good fight. Arthur does a very good job at kind of making you play his game.
Yeah.
He's not trying to have like a brawl. He's trying to fight a technical kind of kickboxing match and trying to make you play his game a little bit. Arthur's a good fighter. I think probably
Arthur's get it done. Well, that's all I wanted to ask you about. So thank you for having me here.
No problem.
Do you have anything you want to promote here?
No, just check us out. We're in Rainham, Massachusetts. If you're watching Cage Titans, we're right on 44 by the Chili's in Rainham. Super close to the highway. We got a lot of fighters, but we got way more kids and families and things like that. So if you want to check us out, that's up.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.